All right, so pay close attention because this might be one of the most secret leaks we ever saw up to date. So simple update in April to GTA 6 game files on PlayStation Store. An addition update was detected on PDC root dam asset path, which means it's an internal path used for files like images and data within the page. GTA 6, GTA VI hashtag. Anyway, what does this mean? And this is an HTML update. So HTML means that there was a slight change, and this was posted on Reddit. A lot of people are saying this is a nothing burger. They're saying that this is, just a little troll. So let's take a look. I'm also confused why Billy hasn't dropped any Red Dead Redemption online info today, but they have dropped some GTA info early. I'm keeping my expectations low, but Rockstar always posts here before they get anything. So something doesn't add up except the RDO, so Red Dead Redemption online info today, but they haven't posted that yet, only GTA info. So I guess like a lot of people are talking about how this is a big thing. But this is just an HTML. The attribute is literally hidden. You can remove that and attempt to see what it is, but I doubt it is anything special. So what is very, very important is this was found on GTA 6 page on PlayStation site. And he said, I happened to check it out today after hearing directly Zalnik saying PlayStation got a role in GTA 6 marketing. So again, collabing with GTA 6, that's a pretty big thing. And this is a very important thing as nobody understands what exactly this means. So I asked ChatGPT what exactly this means, if this is anything to be looking out for, because this does seem like something has been happening, especially with Rockstar being so big, having no information. It's a small backend store page update, not proof of a trailer or pre-order by itself. What the screenshot shows: last code deployed, release version, PlayStation Rockstar page code updated. PDC root dam asset path means an internal asset path, likely for images, media, data files used on the GTA 6 PlayStation Store. So they updated with some images that are hidden. And then the asset folder path for GTA 6 PS5 page. So yeah, it is real GTA 6 page activity, but likely means Sony Rockstar updated or prepared store page assets in the background. And this is definitely a big hint that the trailer is coming. It's a leak that nobody's talking about. While this might not be today, I definitely think it's going to be at some point in the very near future. Again, we have an investor call on the May 21st. And then also, it's very important to say here how big this is. We haven't been getting any information, and we actually saw a few weeks ago that Rockstar has uploaded a private video. If the API bug from YouTube, basically it works if you upload a video privately, it shows kind of that Rockstar has added some footage or a new video by its sense. So they're definitely preparing for something, especially as they said marketing is pretty much soon. Maybe they send them new content or footage to upload on the PlayStation 6 page and they're working directly. GTA's PlayStation Store backends appear to have received an asset path update. This could be a routine maintenance, and I don't think it's a routine maintenance, but because the path is tied to internal page assets, fans think Sony Rockstar may be preparing new store material. This isn't like literally pre-order price or new trailer confirmed yet, but it's a very good indication that something big is happening behind the scenes. Will we get something before May 21st? Well, a lot of fans were disappointed we got nothing on May 5th, but I already told you guys if you were watching my channel that this is exactly what's going to be happening and why May 5th possible to get anything, because like people thought after 1 year of GTA 6 being delayed that we're going to get a sudden hit and drop. But I think the fan hype isn't super huge yet. I think it's very large, don't get me wrong, but it's not anything are gonna be seeing. Like it's gonna get massive in the next 6 months and it's gonna blow us off the chair. So I'll just keep you updated, guys, on that, but just wanted to show a very simple detail of what every single YouTuber missed. We do finally have more insider information for GTA 6. Insider confirms that crunch is inevitable for GTA 6, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to be showing you a footage later that I talked about how Rockstar India's employee was complaining about how hard it is right now, how they're working office jobs, how they're working overtime, how basically they don't want to have another delay until potentially late 2027, which would be around December. Again, it's very big issue right now in Rockstar India, especially because they are doing most of the hard work and they're outsourcing a lot of that, especially the massive handling of the testing and polishing. And this is the big issue because it's such a big game. You probably have the biggest employee database in Rockstar India where they have to work overtime to complete the projects. And obviously he has the Rockstar India, the company's largest studio, is paying the biggest price due to the massive scope of the testing needed for the game. If you don't know what I talked about, we recently even looked at Rockstar India is looking for a new game tester. So if you are in India, they will actually hire you, but you'll probably have to go through a very extensive NDA, non-disclosure agreement, to not talk about or leak GTA 6. If someone leaks GTA 6, they will potentially face jail time. So definitely don't do that. But it could be a good way for you to start testing GTA 6 early. Just don't expect it to be super fun. What you're going to be testing is tons of bugs, features, perhaps a single mission over 40, 50 times in an 8-hour time. Well, it's not that simple. When you play literally that version of the game, you are probably getting paid to test bugs and certain features of the game. It's not like you can play the GTA 6 and have fun with it. You will literally have game-breaking missions that will become boring to play and have to play a repetition, testing for out-of-bound areas or glitches. And I think it's pretty important to note that you will be only testing a single missions, maybe 2 missions, or a certain area of how a car collides against each other. And that's what has a lot of people excited about. But Bangalore studio, potentially in India, having a widespread speculation that GTA is in final stages.
Earlier testing is done by developers only, and they make sure missions work, system functions, and nothing completely breaks down. But this stage is a little bit different. So when they start hiring testers at scale, it means the workload is massive and they'll be pushing hard to finish the game even more. This phase
of GTA development, which is very important to note. This is what studios actually do. It's what we saw with Cyberpunk, which was in a delay and then had to rush. Why it was filled with you have heard anything about crunch in India? What you call a crunch is just a normal day-to-day to work to India. So 100% yes, lol. So he's basically saying it's pretty normal what they were up to. India isn't known for work-life balance, and I spend a lot of time there to family and friends, and I know how crazy they work. And it seems, pretty obvious that this is what's happening in India by itself. The management is not so lenient, and I do understand, it's very hard. I also feel like they're pushing the projects out more. Rockstar is working on GTA 6 all around the world, not just in a single location. And, this being worth $3 billion, it definitely makes sense they're probably outsourcing a lot of polishing, a lot of late-game products, while they're focusing on more core mechanics, our time span, and then having to make a report of all the issues that the game has. Or perhaps there will be a game crashing issue and you'll have to look into the code, what exactly is happening, and fix it. So yeah, a large portion of the GTA game is in fact finished, but the big problem is GTA 6 right now is in final stages. And yeah, they even were considering delaying it to late 2027, which kind of scares me. There's a lot of people worried that it would be delayed, but it does not seem like it. It seems like that they are going to just push extra, pay overtime just to get this pushed up on November 19th instead of like December. So we are expected to be putting a lot of work into this. I feel like a lot of Indians were complaining at Rockstar India. They received a lot of backlash because they were saying, well, it's an 8-hour job. And obviously they are a bit subjective because they want to play GTA 6 early. That's why they're, pushing them. And I don't doubt for a second that they have definitely very hard work over there at Rockstar India, just because how much work there is yet to be done. But it also tells you that GTA 6 is on a good point to be released, and especially that we finally got at least some insider info that we never had before. So I will keep you guys updated on this one. Could go a bit more into detail. I did go yesterday about how there's 6,000 developers and all Rockstar Studios with nearly 2 years of polishing are still uncertain to deliver the game and make it happen on November 19th. So basically the game wasn't anywhere near ready when they announced it in 2023 and said coming 2025. They're pushing twice, maybe a third soon. I definitely don't think they're pushing it back just because of the info we are getting, but one thing is for sure. I think the scope of the game, what they expected, is much bigger than what they, perceive, especially how much money is on the line. We're talking about a multi-billion project. Think about building a super huge building. This is exactly like this. This is a $3 billion project they're working on. This is not like some indie side project we're talking about. This is 6,000 developers, contractors that are making a new world, a new AI world that can handle on the latest engines. And I think it's a pretty important factor of how much the game, and I feel like they added lots of extra content. They weren't really happy with what was happening with the game so far. But I'll keep you guys delayed Another thing you guys forgot about is I talked how GTA 6 is most likely not delayed because we did in fact check an HTML code for the PlayStation database or whatever it was. This was a very small leak, but it proves that at least Rockstar is preparing for that marketing update. Again, delaying the game again would cost them in hundreds of millions of dollars because they prepare for a massive marketing during summer where most of the people will have free time to watch trailers, to watch updates and everything like that. And I think they really aren't going to miss out on that. So that's the most important factor here. No, GTA 6 is not getting delayed, especially with the leaks we have. GTA 6 now has massive problems with a lot of content creators saying that GTA 6 now has leaks already. And we're going to be checking and looking at this GTA 6 Lucia bar fight goes crazy due leaked gameplay. And obviously this looks like London. Over here, if you guys didn't know, this doesn't look like Vice City at all. But this was posted about, a few months ago and got 95k views. And you can see here, this is something we saw in the GTA 6 trailer, so it would kind of be confusing to you on what exactly is happening. Like, wow, that would be crazy, right? Because we saw similar to this, but then when you go here, they're arresting people, and a lot of people get false perception that, GTA 6 is going to be based in London, which just doesn't seem likely. It's going to be based on Florida, if you guys didn't know, and we talked about that in previous videos. So I wanted to break out what these leaked gameplays and bar fight missions actually mean. And yeah, this looks like a rundown Port Gellhorn or maybe UK. So yeah, when you check on the right here, it says like keeping you safe, Albion and stuff like that. And then she goes inside the bar, which is Lucia wearing a mask for some reason. And notice how everybody's speaking like with an accent. Then she drinks water without the mask, which obviously GTA 6 would be aware of the details here. GTA 6 would definitely be aware and definitely would know if you have a mask on or not, because this is how well they are known for attention to detail. They're not, being savvy on budget here. So as we can see, there's a little slot machine or whatever, which isn't something that you would see in Florida. And I don't know, it starts to play slots, but then we go into combat scene, and I think GTA 6 combat is going to be much more realistic than that. Obviously, I think this is Watch Dogs Legion, which you kind of can see from certain details, but if you're someone that isn't getting kept up to date on GTA 6, you're going to be seeing something like this and thinking it's real. And I think this is what creates a bad disposition, because a lot of the comments I saw down here, said London is a Seabright. To be honest, it's not what I expected. A lot of people believe this is real. I hope you don't believe this is real. Looks good to me. The fact this is even 2160p. Gotta be funny with the actual game like this, and we'd rather play the modded version from YouTube. So GTA 6 is in the UK. Like, it doesn't really make sense because there hasn't been much leaks, but the leaks we saw like 2 years ago from, well, what happened? We can't talk too much on it on YouTube. Those leaks were very early versions of the game and actually looked better like this. And I think Watch Dogs Legion is only going to be 5% of what GTA 6 will be. Yeah, so of course they're not even fighting back, and he's holding, like, Lucia is holding, what, a wrench here? At some point, it doesn't even seem like they're getting hit, so I think GTA 6 is actually gonna have collision upon, like, when you hit someone. So the combat is much more or less animated in GTA 6 as well. So this is not really a bar fight, it's more like, having hostiles around, and, Watch Dogs Legion, while the concept was cool, it was really rushed at some point. And then you think like, oh, it's okay, Lucia is going to come into like a special, location and going to fight these people and going to have this massive thing. Well, this is not what Port Gellhorn will look like. I feel like it will be much more vibrant, much more locations on this one. So yeah, it looks like much more goofy in terms of sense, like what GTA 6 should be. So just be aware that a lot of these leaks, if Rockstar saw like a leak like that and it was real, like it was actually real, not this, because a lot of people believe this is, but it is Watch Dogs Legions at this point. I feel like they do realize that this is, not real. Because when it was real, they would strike it down for sure, in my honest opinion. Or they would like address this leaks. But all you can see is like these characters being vibrant. In GTA 6, they'll be much, much more vibrant from what we see.
It's not like what's around here. It's good for
I love this.
Try Nostalgia. Bruv, it's unbelievable.
Check it. You're pathetic. Stop.
You nasty ass prick.
Dickhead. Whoa, whoa.
So you can see that there's just a few emotes to do from here. I think GTA 6 NPC AI interactions are going to be much more advanced. I think they put thousands, if not millions, into how AI reacts when you are in GTA 6. And a lot of people are missing out on that, is how much more detail I expect GTA 6 to be. I'll keep you guys updated with